Yes, people, welcome back to the West Ham news show right here on West Ham Unofficial, where I round up all of the latest West Ham news and give it to you in a quick and short video. And a few things to talk about today: a transfer window lifeline, which we didn't think we would get this season. I'm going to be talking about that and plenty more in this video. So before we get into it, drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you're new. Check out our channel sponsors SRM Carver and Son by clicking the link in the description down below. So it broke almost last night. I'm not sure if this is 100% true, but Transfer News Live put on Twitter early last night. Official FIFA have announced a special transfer window to allow foreign players from Ukraine and Russia to sign for a new club. The new transfer window will end on April the 7th and will allow players to join clubs until June 30, 2022 with no consequences. So basically what this means with what's going on with Ukraine and Russia at the moment, players have now got a free will to leave their clubs that they're currently at if they are at a Ukraine or Russian club for whatever reason they want to get out of the situation. They want to move football clubs. They want to move to a different area, and they want to do it now. FIFA supposedly, I haven't seen this officially confirmed, but it does say source FIFA, and it is going around the West Ham Twitter world at the moment. But if they want to get out and get out of the area, then they can. And FIFA are going to allow different clubs to come in, like another mid-season transfer window, just for players from Ukraine and Russia. So we've got another lifeline. David Moyes might be looking at this thinking, I'm not too bothered, but let's hope that Rob Newman now over the next few days is doing his job, not obviously going to Ukraine and Russia, but scouting some players from Ukraine and Russia, putting some bids in, getting a left back, getting a striker. We didn't do it in January. David Moyes has been very stubborn and very picky in who he's wanted to buy, but hopefully now, with this lifeline, which we never thought we'd get, he's going to think, well, I'm not going to get through the season without bringing in at least a couple of players. And if they're not as good, they're not as good, but I need the bodies in. Hopefully that's what's going through David Moyes' mind. And fingers crossed, we bring in a few players. A few people have been starting to put out some players that they'd like to see come to West Ham from Ukraine and Russia. I'm not gonna read any names out because it's pointless until we hear links of any sort and any kind. But it's actually been quite a interesting day for West Ham transfers, because we've heard from Fabrizio Romano that Marcus Rashford wants to leave Man United. Then from another journalist, we've heard that West Ham are interested in signing Marcus Rashford. So that could be something that we could be talking about in the summer transfer window. But in the right here and right now, it's been extraordinary circumstances that we're ending up in this position, that we might be able to legally sign some players through the door in the next month, which we desperately need at the moment, because we're not playing fantastic. Yes, against Liverpool, I thought we played very well, but our form's going up and down. We played well against Wolves. I thought we were rubbish against Southampton. We played well against Liverpool. Does this mean we're going to be rubbish against Sevilla on Thursday? Who knows? But we all know we need bodies in. Just off the back of that, we've heard Manuel Lanzini is in the Argentinian squad for the next international break, which is fantastic news for him. That's the first time he's been in the squad since 2016, of course, with the Lanzini and Payet partnership and days at the last season at the Bowling. This is obviously fantastic news for him that he's breaking back into the national squad again, but it's not fantastic news for us Hammers, I think, because Manuel Lanzini is a player we need to keep precious. He's a jewel. We need to keep the jewel precious, because he's quite a fragile player. He's had a very, very serious injury over the last couple of years, and he's only really getting back to his best from it now, about a year after he's come back from that injury. Now, we've got to be very careful in how we use Manuel Lanzini, because we can't overuse him, because injuries will start flooding in again. And being a selfish West Ham fan, I don't want him to go to Argentina. Because of the travelling, and it might affect his West Ham career, like Mikel Antonio's Jamaica trip has this year. And quite frankly, we need him. And if this international break or whatever is in when we're playing Europa League, Premier League games, whatever, we need this guy, because at the moment he's one of our informed players. And at the moment, out of the front four or whether he's in midfield, he's one of the first on the team sheet, especially with Jared Bowen out for 2 weeks now. he is one of the first names on that attacking team sheet, in my opinion, at the moment. Benrahma's not getting in ahead of him. Vlasic isn't getting in ahead of him, because you've got Fornals and they've got that vacant right-hand side, which Vlasic will probably fill now. But it's not fantastic from a selfish West Ham point of view. But, you know, fair play to him. If he can go out there injury-free, coming back injury-free, then it will be okay. And he's not too burnt out like Antonio was when he went back from Jamaica. So it's an interesting development in terms of we might get another chance to sign some players in. We might get another month. And if we don't sign any players, if this goes through, and we've got until, was it the 7th of April or something like that? April the 7th, and we still don't sign anybody, there's no hope, is there? Obviously, David Moyes could be looking at this and thinking, can we now? We've been given this opportunity, give us a head start for the summer, because we all know we need a massive overhaul in the summer. At the moment, we've got like 7 players leaving, whether they're on loans and we we haven't put the option or obligation in yet, whether they've just ran out of contract, whether they're retiring in Mark Noble's case. We've got so many players leaving this club at the end of the season, unless we start signing contracts and start signing players down for another 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 year. Otherwise, we're going to need a massive overhaul summer rebuild of West Ham, which means Daniel's got to open his wallet. David have got to open their wallets, and we've got to sign some quality players, and we've got to get some quantity in as well. It's very good getting quality, but we need quantity as well. We need a good few players to come in, because we're barely just coping at the moment, and isn't like 8 players is going to leave at the end of the season. It does not look good. It does not look good, I'm afraid. But hopefully, we can pick up a few players in the next month if this new transfer window comes through. Obviously, in the circumstances, it's not fantastic. I'm sure everybody with a heart in the world would rather this transfer window not happen and everything that's going on in Ukraine and Russia not to happen, because it is horrific. But because of the events of that, then clubs are being given an opportunity, players have been given an opportunity to get out of the way of the war and everything else, and just be able to play football in a country that's not at war, which is completely fair enough. And obviously we've heard as well, I don't think we've paid a penny for Nikola Vlasic yet, and because he came from a Russian club, CSKA Moscow, we might have to pay next to nothing or absolutely nothing for Nikola Vlasic. Of course, there's about a 28 to 33.5 million pounds we play for him, roughly. That's what people are saying. We might have to pay 10 million pound, 5 million pound, nothing at all. We don't know, because of the sanctions and whether, quite frankly, West Ham refused to pay Russia. You know, we'll have to wait and see what happens on that. We might be getting Nikola Vlasic for free, just as well too, because we need the money for this summer. But thank you very much for watching this West Ham news show. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like on it, subscribe to West Ham Official. If you're new, check out our channel sponsors, I'm covering some by clicking the link in the description down below. We're going to have, fingers crossed, a fantastic interview coming to you tomorrow night. That's Wednesday night at 5 o'clock. And then we've got the preview a little bit later on, all about Sevilla. We've got somebody from Spain coming on to give their thoughts and everything about Sevilla, a fact file for Sevilla right here on West Ham Official. So make sure you check that in. I'm going to set it all up. 5 o'clock, set your reminders. Wednesday, 5 o'clock is going to be a good show. But that's it from me for now. Come on, you irons, and I will see you very, very soon. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.